afternoon, everyone. Excellent afternoon, and happy Easter to every one of us. We are all welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. Today we are going to be looking at menopause and depression, the symptoms, the causes, and the natural remedies. Excellent afternoon. We are welcome. I'll just share this on my page, and we get going for today. Welcome. Menopause and depression this 10th afternoon. We are welcome. I'll just stop this. All right. We are all sharing. Started talking. So excellent afternoon to every one of us. If we're online, you can just say good morning, and I'll greet you as we look at menopause and depression this afternoon. Hello, Angie, happy Easter. You're welcome. Always the first. I actually look forward to meeting you. You're so prompt. Excellent afternoon. Angie, I hope you're enjoying your holiday, which ends today, Easter Monday. We're all welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. So today we're looking at menopause or menopausal depression, the symptoms, the causes, and natural remedies. We also look at way that doctors look at it, and also how they treat. And we're also going to be looking at the difference between menopausal mood swings and depression itself. Because sometimes some people have mood swings and they call it depression. All right, so we're going to be looking at that today to be able to differentiate the two, so that you actually know which one is dealing with you and how to handle it. So kindly share also on your pages if you've joined me, and share with friends so that they can join us this afternoon. And don't forget to ask your questions, and if you're watching the replay, kindly put #replay, and then you can ask your questions so that I can easily see the questions that they've not been answered when I was talking. All right, so I'll just quickly finish sharing this, and then we will get going. So you can share your stories too, so people can follow it and come in. Thank you all for always being here with me. I deeply appreciate us all as we look at menopausal depression, the causes, the symptoms, and the natural remedies to it. Great. All right, so I just want to start by saying that, when women are approaching middle age, they often have this kind of increased stress, anxiety, fear, which is partially, because of the physical changes that is occurring in our bodies as we approach middle age as women. Because there's a decrease in estrogen production, and also erratic, progesterone. Hello, Grace. You're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. Thank you for joining me as we take menopausal depression. I just wanted to finish sharing this on my page, and we get going. So I was saying that as we approach middle age as women, we have less production of estrogen and also progesterone, and this can actually cause physical changes in our system, by also having some women having hot flushes, sweating, and other symptoms of menopause that might occur when one is going through it. Then also mood swings and feeling of sadness and irritability, and are very common also when people are in their perimenopause and also in their menopausal stage. So these mood swings, it could be emotional changes such as worries about you're getting older. You just find yourself, looking like some people. I can remember a story what somebody told once. Hello, look at me. You're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. Hello, Hajara. You're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. So I was saying, sometimes it's because of emotional, changes, worries that, you get like about getting old. Some of us, you just find out that some kind of energy you had before, you don't have those energies again. You won't be able to do the things you used to do before, and so you have some kind of emotional changes. Hello. You have some kind of emotional changes. Your water is entering. You have some kind of emotional changes coming up. So I was trying to tell a story about one woman that once went to visit a friend, and you know, and the friend was okay. No, I think she went somewhere and she saw some people, and the man was saying, who is that old woman sitting there? And you know, it got her really disturbed. She's like, is she that old? That she doesn't think she's this old though. You know, so when you're getting older, and especially for those of us at this age, you know, middle age, you're getting to your 50, 60, your parents are also, you're losing your parents, you're losing your uncles, you're losing people that are very close to you. So it brings one kind of worries and one kind of emotional issues to you. It brings one kind of worry and one kind of emotional issues to you. So all those things will now make you to, you know, be worried, and it can actually tell on your health, and can actually tell on your emotions also. So these are some of the things we are saying. So for some women, menopause may be a time of isolation or frustration. Family and friends may not always, you know, understand what they are going through and may not give the support that they need. And if they are having trouble coping with menopause, it's possible for them to develop anxiety. It's possible for them to develop a lot of mood swings up and down, and possible also for them to develop depression actually. Hello Deborah, happy Easter celebration, you're welcome. Hello Chinelo, you're welcome, happy Easter celebration also. And welcome Adefusika Osheyemi, thank you for joining me. Thank you Ikem Chisom, thank you for joining me also. Thank you Ibrahim, thank you for joining me this afternoon as we look at menopausal symptoms, the causes, the symptoms, menopausal depression, the symptoms, the causes, and how to treat it. So I was saying that it can actually be very challenging to distinguish between clinical depression and the ups and downs that are related to the shifting hormones in menopausal stage, you know. So overcoming depression symptoms that accompany perimenopause or menopause often require a systemic approach. It actually requires a systemic approach, and if you stay till the end of this video, you will be able to learn this systemic approach that you can use to overcome either menopausal depression, overcome menopausal mood swings, overcome menopausal anxiety, and the stress that could follow it. First of all, what is menopause? Let's actually go back. I know I've handled a lot of menopausal topics on this page, so you can go down my page if you have issues or with menopause. I've talked about the 34 symptoms of menopause on this Aging with Grace. I've talked about tips to overcome the symptoms. I've talked about some of the symptoms like hot flushes, what you can do, insomnia, what you can do, you know, lack of sleep, what you can do if it's menopausal causes that bring about this. So, but menopause is a time in a woman's life when the menstrual period stops, most likely when the ovaries stop producing or making estrogen. And you know, if you miss your period for your menstrual period for a period of 12 consecutive months in the absence of any other, you know, causes that could have brought that, then it could be, and it's usually said to be, menopausal. Then when this happens, a woman is no longer able to get pregnant, and the average age for menopause is between, you know, the average age is 51 years old. And then with the transition occurring between 45 and 55 years old, generally for most people, that's like a period of 10 years. Also, despite having an occasional period, many women believe that they are menopausal when they are actually in the transition period called the perimenopause. So when a woman is in perimenopause, the person hasn't actually entered menopause. The person is at that transition period that we talk about, which is the perimenopause. For most people, it's 10 years old, but for 10 years period, but for some people, it's up to 14 years. Hello, Esther. You're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. Happy Easter to you. So perimenopause is the time when your body makes the natural transition to menopause. That's 10 to 14 years period we are talking about. And it most often, you know, occurs sometimes in your 40s, or right around the time of menopause. And many of the changes you experience during perimenopause are are usually because of decrease in estrogen, also decrease or rise in progesterone. So it's for progesterone is either rising or falling, but for estrogen is actually reducing. So that's when, you know, that period of perimenopause and menopause. All right, so let's look at depression on its own without connecting it to menopause first of all. Depression is a mood disorder that causes persistent feeling of sadness or loss of interest that that affects how you feel, how you think, and how you handle your day-to-day activities. You know, the two most common forms of depressive disorder are: 1, clinical depression, or 2, the persistent depressive disorder, which they call dysthymia. So when you have a persistent depressive disorder, you know, that's dysthymia, or the person is clinically depressed. All right, now, so depression should not be mistaken to be anxiety or occasional sadness or low of moods or mood swing. They are different. Depression is a sickness, actually. Mood swing is not. You know, when you're having occasional sadness, it doesn't mean you're sick. But when you're depressed, you're actually sick. Because depression is a mental disorder which can lead to further complications and require medical attention. It requires medical attention. So it is important to identify the condition correctly, because depression is often used lightly. Some people will just say, I'm depressed, when they are just sad or when they are in a very bad mood. For example, one can say, I'm feeling really depressed, when actually they are experiencing a miserable time. That's what some people do. So depression is the feeling of extreme sadness, lasting for more than 2 weeks. If you're having a strong feeling of sadness and you remain in that feeling and in that state for more than 2 weeks, and it often comes with specific cause, you know, there won't be any cause for your feeling it. Sadness, you could be sad because something happened to you. You could have a very bad mood because somebody did something you didn't like. But depression, nothing. Nobody would have done anything to you. You will just be feeling sad. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate. Welcome, Ebele Obiajako Obijiako. Welcome, Ebele Obijiako, to this afternoon's broadcast. Welcome, Anoviera. Thank you, Anne, for joining me this afternoon. Anne is one of us, and she's my student when it comes to what we are doing now. So depression, you know, is that feeling of extreme sadness lasting for more than 2 weeks, and often comes without having any reason. You can't really say this is why you're depressed. And it also interferes with your day-to-day lifestyle, with your everyday life. So it can be accompanied by, sometimes by, suicidal thoughts. And if you continually feel it makes you to continually feel worthless, and having, you know, it will change your sleeping pattern. You will have sleep disorders. You to change your eating patterns. You won't feel like eating, or you feel like eating too much. And then all these are all indicators that it is depression. Depression also is a mood disorder that causes persistent feeling of sadness or loss of interest that affects how you feel, how you think, how you handle everyday activities. You know, majorly depression is the most commonly diagnosed depressive disorder, and it is characterized as having at least 5 symptoms of depression. I'm going to be sharing like 8 symptoms, you know, major symptoms that one will look out for. So, and you know, there is a scientifically designed outline or checklist for people to find out whether they are in a depressed mood, you know. So, and if one feels this criteria, it's, you know, among some of the things the person is feeling, then there is an issue with that person. So these criteria are known as A criteria, and they are as follow. A1, we have A1 to A9 actually. So and they are okay. Let me just read it the way it is. It's having at least 5 symptoms of depression outlined in DSM-5 criteria most of the day, nearly every day for at least 2 weeks, that interferes with your ability to work, ability to sleep, ability to study, ability to eat and enjoy your life. So if any of these 9 things that I will mention occur, and you take about 5 of them with 1 and 2 occurring, then that means that person is actually in that depression, which is called the sickness of depression. So A1 is having a depressed mood, and is indicated by subjective reports or observation by others looking at you at that particular time. The people that are around you will be able to say whether you're in a depressed mood. It's not you. Some people, you tell them you're looking depressed, they say no, I'm not. It's actually people that will be able to tell you concerning this A1. Then A2 is loss of interest or pleasure in almost every activity that you usually do before. And this is also subjective because it's concerning that particular moment. Then A3 is significant. It's unintentional weight loss or unintentional weight gain. Not that you're losing weight or you're in a program of losing weight, but you just find yourself that you're losing weight. And this is because of the eating disorder that the person is going through. Then A4 is sleep disturbance. If you're having insomnia or hyperinsomnia, then it could be an indication. Then A5 is psychomotor changes. You feel agitated, you feel very, very, irritable with anytime you're with people. And then A6 is tiredness, fatigue, or having very low energy or decreased, efficiency with your normal routine. The things that you usually do, you just don't feel like doing them. You just feel tired, you feel fatigued, you don't want to be involved in things. Then A7 is a sense of worthlessness or excessive inappropriate or delusion guilt. You just feel, in fact, what is life all about, self? What am I even? I am not a self. I'm not even worth anything. You become to be, delusioned. Then A8 is impaired ability to think. The person can't concentrate, the person can't make, decisions as the person used to do, especially for people who are quick to make decisions, and then they can't make that decision. Then A9 is recurrent thought of death. That's the 9th, criteria. When the person has recurrent thought of death, not just fear of death. Some people have fear of death, but some people have that thought, wanting to say, let me just go and kill myself. Let me just, all those suicidal ideas that will come, or the person can even go as far as having some suicidal attempts. To be actually diagnosed with depression, number one of these criteria, out of the 5 that you must meet up, out of that 5, you must have A1 and A2. And let me remind us what A1 is. A1 again is depressed mood or loss of interest and pleasure in almost anything one is doing. So when one has loss of interest, or the person is always in a depressed mood, then the person should actually watch out for it. So now we have looked at menopause, we have looked at depression. Now let's connect the two together. How is menopause and depression related? Menopause and depression are related because many women going through perimenopausal and menopausal issue can tell you that they have some kind of extreme shifts in their hormonal level. Often, that often brings a kind of feeling of depression. So whether it's a new onset of depressive symptoms or exaggerated symptoms from an existing diagnosis, managing their mood swings before, alongside with other depression, other symptoms of menopause they are having, this can now make them to become overwhelming for them. Like some people already are in bad moods as human beings before. So if they now come and add all those symptoms of menopause again to how they are feeling, then it will exaggerate it. So there is only it's recently that medicine have begun to connect menopause and depression. Before it wasn't connected, but a lot of the things happening to many women bring about this. So some of the challenges in evaluating menopausal depression is due to the fact that several of the symptoms are related to hormonal changes in our system, and that's why some people, when they are having mood swings, when they are having anxiety and fear, they will tell you that they are depressed. So symptoms that are also connected to depression and all this menopausal depression is insomnia, hot flushes, sleep disturbances, and mood problems. Then let's even look at briefly at the symptoms of depression. I've already told you the criteria you can use to know if you're depressed. But now I want to, just briefly list the symptoms of depression. One is persistent feeling of sadness, anxiety, hopelessness, or being pessimistic. Then feeling of worthlessness, like I said, decreased energy or fatigue, and then irritability. The person is easily irritable. Loss of interest or pleasure in the activities you once enjoyed. The things you used to like, you don't like them again. Then difficulty in sleeping or oversleeping. You see, there has to be moderation in these things. If you're oversleeping, it's also an indication that one should also watch. And then appetite loss, weight loss or weight gain, difficulty in concentrating, remembering or making decisions, lack of self-care. That's another thing. If anyone is beginning to look haggard and is not taking care of himself or herself, the person should watch it also. And then having some kind of aches and pain, headaches, cramps, and digestive problems. And withdrawal, especially from social activities. And of course, like I said, the criteria again, the thought of death. But now let's differentiate. Depression symptoms is different from menopausal symptoms. Like I said, you need to actually be sure that what you're going through is not menopausal mood swings. That is not menopausal anxiety and fear. So if it's symptoms of menopause, it comes with irregular periods of bleeding, leading to a loss of period for about 12 consecutive months. Then menopause can also bring sleep problem because of the reduced level or changing level of progesterone and reduced level of estrogen. And then menopause also comes with hot flushes and night sweats, problem with memory, being forgetful and struggling to focus, and then mood changes such as irritability and crying spells, feeling of depression and anxiety, changing feelings about your sexual health, and also vaginal dryness. So you can see that many of the menopausal symptoms tend to look like depression symptoms. So there's actually a thin line for some women, especially for those who are heavily attacked by menopausal symptoms. They will begin to feel as if something is wrong with them. I can remember a lady that told me that it was as if madness had come. She was so depressed, so withdrawn from every member of her family that everybody was like, what's wrong? Everybody kept asking, what's wrong? What's wrong? And people wouldn't know. So she just ran away. Hello, Rita. Rita, you're welcome. Happy Easter to you. But also, why I'm taking this time to talk about this is because of a story I had that actually ached my heart. There was a lady that was actually going through serious depression time, and people didn't know she was depressed because she was also passing through her menopausal stage. So she was having menopausal symptoms. It went from menopausal symptoms actually to depression, and from depression she committed suicide. So one has to be very, very careful. Yes, some menopausal symptoms like mood swings, anxiety, and fear, they come. But remember one thing I said that we should actually remember very well. When it is persistent and it persists for up to 2 weeks going, then something is wrong. Because if you're having menopausal anxiety, when the progesterone increases, or you kind of eat some kind of food that adds to your estrogen, giving you cytostrogen, you will come out of that mood for that period of time before you go back. But somebody who is having depression symptoms will never come out of it. The person remains at that level. It's as if it's one level. But when it's menopausal anxiety, menopausal depression, the person goes on and off. There is mood swing. The person can be happy this moment, and the next moment the person is irritated. But when it is depression, it is steady, it is going. So we need to note that very well. So let's look at some of the causes of menopausal depression. You know, the symptoms of depression that can present during perimenopause and menopause are related to a variety of factors, including, like I said before, hormonal changes, underlying vulnerability to depression, and other stressors. Remember, at this middle age time, it's actually a time that is not so easy for many women. Stressors can be from their place of work due to promotion, and they will soon be retiring, so they are worried about retiring. It could be their children that are moving from one stage of life to the other, like those leaving university to look for a job, you know, things like that. You know, many women at their middle age have children like this. And so hormonal shifts that happen at other times, also hormonal shifts that happen at other times of a woman's reproductive life, such as during the postpartum period. That's when the woman has just delivered, 6 weeks within the delivery time. They are also correlated with the increase in depression and mood swings, when she has to keep up late nights to give the children, to give the baby breast milk, waking up very early in the morning, you know, and especially for women who don't have people to take care of their children or their babies with them, and also for women who have husbands that are not cooperating at that period. It can be very, very stressful for women. Also, decline in estrogen level that happen as you move through perimenopause towards menopause can also contribute to emotional changes, such as being, you know, it will make you sad, make you irritable, make you tired and fatigued, make it difficult for you to concentrate, and also have a lot of mood swings. So that said, there is actually no evidence that somebody will say, okay, it's because of this thing in particular that one is having depression. It's just chemical imbalance in our system. Hello, Blessing. Blessing, you're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. So if the symptoms are severe or impacting your daily life, and like I said, it continues for a period of 2 weeks, please go and see a doctor. In fact, that woman's case is so sad, because the depression started just out of her borrowing money to go and do gamble and things like that. And you know, she's from a very wealthy home where they would have been able to offset all that bill. But like I said on Thursday, if you go and watch my Thursday broadcast, when I talked about financial depression and how one can overcome it, she didn't tell her relations. And it's always good for you to talk. It's better that your problem is resolved and somebody is laughing and say, see that woman that they helped to do this one, than that the person dies. So it's always good to talk. So now let's look at treatment of depression. Depression is a medical condition. Remember, I said depression as a word, depression, clinical depression is different from menopausal anxiety and mood swing. Clinical depression, depressive mood, needs medical attention. And if somebody is having these symptoms that I have mentioned for 2 weeks, please go and visit a doctor. It's important for you to discuss your symptoms, including times that you have, you know, all those ups and downs with your doctor. So please, your doctor, if you go to the doctor might now refer you to psychiatric or psychologist for a talk therapy, whichever one they decide to do for you. All right, so there is a wide range of drugs also, like antidepressants, available to treat menopausal depression. And many of these, the problem is that many of these drugs, they have their side effects. Some are more effective for some people than others. And that's why I say make sure you meet your doctor. You will need to spend time with your doctor to find out the treatment that is suitable for you. And if your doctor decides that you are not suffering from depression, but that it is anxiety, it is stress, it is mood swings, then you can now come to me. That's when I will help you with herbal remedies, with natural solutions that you can use. And that's why I also want to add this. Remember, I have drawn the line to know when to go to meet your medical doctors, psychiatrists, and psychotherapists, and when to meet some of us to help you. If you're suffering from anxiety, from stress, from mood swings, then I can help you. But if it's medical depression, please go and meet the doctor. So now, if it's not depression, medical depression, if it's just menopausal depression in quotes, let me put it, all those estrogen and progesterone, mood swings. All right, then what do? I'll give you 8 tips that you can use to overcome them. Hello, Jane. Jane, you're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. We are looking at menopausal depression, the symptoms, the causes, and natural remedies. So we are now on the remedies, and we're going to be looking at 8 or 9 of them. Number 1, you need to keep a diary. Keeping a symptom diary, recording your symptoms each day. Because sometimes when I ask some women, okay, what happened, they won't be able to tell me, and I won't be able to help you very well. I need to understand. If you keep a diary, maybe when it's afternoon time, that's when your hot flashes come, or when is that you didn't have your bath before you slept, you need to keep a record your symptoms each day. This will help. And then also record, maybe it comes when you eat this kind of food. You need to actually understand yourself. Remember, I told us at this age we need to listen to our bodies when we are eating and when we are doing things, so that we'll be able to know what is actually happening to us. Then key number 2 is to eat well. Eating healthily will definitely improve your mood. While consuming too much caffeine, sugary foods could lead to unhealthful and low energy level. Also, when you eat foods that are right, it's going to increase your energy and make you feel better. There are some evidences that being deficient of certain vitamins, especially vitamin B12 and magnesium, it can affect your mood. So sometimes when you're having all those mood swings or having all those bad feelings, it's because you're lacking B12 and magnesium. And this can affect your mood, increasing your intake of foods rich in these nutrients, such as green leafy vegetables, whole grains, and eggs. It may also help you. Then eating oily food that are rich in omega-3 fatty acids will also definitely improve your moods. Foods that are high in estrogen, like compounds called cytoestrogen, such as soya beans, lentils, pulses, may also be beneficial for you. Then research also showed that Japanese women who have a diet high in cytoestrogen experience fewer menopausal symptoms than the people in America whose food are filled with sugar, filled with flour, and things like that. Then number 3, hello and happy Easter. Thank you for joining me. We are looking at menopausal depression, the symptoms, the causes, and also the natural solutions. So we are looking at the natural solutions now. We said number one is that you should keep a diary, and number 2, you should eat well. Number 3, cut back on alcohol. If you're taking alcohol, please stop it. It's not good for you. And then number 4, get good sleep. Everyone knows that feeling tired makes you grumpy. So adopting strategies to improve the amount of quality of your sleep could also boost your mood. And like I always tell us, if you're not sleeping well, blossom tea, aloe blossom tea is one thing I recommend that can actually help you to sleep very, very well and sleep deeply and wake up refreshed. And also royal jelly. Royal jelly is also very, very good. It will help your mood and it will help you to sleep well, very well. All right, so number 5, exercise regularly. Some studies show that people who exercise regularly are happier. I'm telling you, that's the truth. And then exercise can improve your sleep and your self-esteem. At a time when menopausal women feel embarrassed about the symptoms and they are worried about their aging, when you exercise, life will come in. You will feel younger, you will feel better, you will feel more fulfilled, and it can actually help you a lot. Also, activities such as dancing, taking classes, dance classes, tennis classes, and things like that will help you to socialize with people and help you to also meet with people. So regular exercise actually relieves stress, and then it boosts your energy and it also boosts your mood. So try to get at least 30 minutes of exercise a day, 5 days a week. For example, you can go for a brisk walk, you can go on your cycle, your static cycle, or if you even have a bicycle, you can drive your bicycle around your house, you can swim, you can play tennis game. Even if you don't know, learn. And also it's important for you to include at least 2 sessions of muscle strengthening activity in your weekly you know, exercise. I do mine. Like this week, I'm doing every day with my dumbbell to do my strength training. But at least I do 2 days a week. But this week, I just want to do intensify so that I can move up. I want to change from 2 kg to 5 kg, lifting it on both hands. That's carrying 10 kg. So I do this every morning. So I'm increasing my intensity so that I can increase my weight to join it. So weightlifting activities with intensity bands, your dumbbell are also very good choices. You know, also if you have issues, you can discuss with your doctor. You know, if you need to discuss with your doctor. Hello, Bola to me. You're welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. Thank you for joining me. So number 6 is try something new. Going through menopause can actually coincide with stressful time in a woman's life, with changing circumstances such as children leaving home or worries about getting older. You know, this could be a time to find a new role that will satisfy you. Try something new. Try something new. Like, that's what I love. I just love trying new things. Trying, you know, having a way that I'll be able to add in new things to my life so that I'm not bored, I'm not in one place, I am active and I'm always moving. So if you're having a period of depression and you're staying alone, you don't know what to do with your time, please make sure you DM me. DM me. I'm going to be telling you what something exciting that you can do, that we can do together, that I can use to help pull you out of that mood. So DM me or call my number. I'm dropping my number again on the screen now for you. 0703 or +234 +234 703 515 1642. So 515151642. Yeah. +234 703 515. Yeah, that's my number on the screen. So if you're going through kind of loneliness, depression, tired, fatigued, you don't know what to do with yourself, you're wondering what you can do with yourself, DM me or call me or chat me on the number on the screen. I'm pinning it now, and I'll give you something good that can help you and make you active, make you happy. You will join me in it and you will just find out that you're going through. Thank you, Integrity. God bless you. God bless you. So that's number 6. Now we also have 7, we have 8, and we have 9. So 7, you can use nutritional supplements to overcome menopausal depression. You can use nutritional supplements to overcome menopausal depression, and the ones that actually help is Active C. Active C is one of those that can help you very well. You know, Active C it enhances cellular health. This omega-3 Active C I'm holding. You know, it's omega-3 fats are the makeup of our cellular membranes in the cell throughout our whole body. You know, including your brain, your eyes, your heart, your blood vessels, your lungs, your joints, you know, your skin. So if you support your brain health, Active C will support your brain health. It will help with cognitive function and memory. You know, the brain is composed largely of essential fats such as DHA. And Forever Active omega-3 fish oil supplement supports brain functions such as your memory and overall cognitive function. It also supports your nervous system. The body's nerves are protected by membranes consisting of essential fats like DHA. Forever Active C provides an excellent source of DHA for proper support of a healthy nervous system. You know, linked to positive mood, emotion, and good emotional health, you know, are this DHA. So these supplements can actually help with mood enhancing and improving your mood very well. Another one that is very, very helpful is the B12. In fact, when somebody is lacking B12, the person's mood will go down. So B12 helps maintain healthy nerves and cells and also red blood cells. You know, if, like I said, if one has B12 deficiency, it's common, especially in older adults, in our elderly people. it can cause them to have memory loss. So in case of somebody who is having memory loss, B12 supplement will actually help to improve the memory of that person. That's why they say that B12 deficiency is associated to memory loss, especially in older adults. So anybody that is lacking B12 will have memory loss. So the vitamins, this vitamin B12 plays a role in preventing brain atrophy, which is the loss of neurons in the brain, and is often associated also with memory loss and dementia. They even did a study, and they found out that anybody who takes B12 and active C together, it helps to relieve dementia. It actually helps to remove dementia. So these two supplements improves memory and can actually help those who are in a depressed mood to come out of it. All right, another one that helps, like I showed us before, is royal jelly. Royal jelly improves your short-term memory and your ability to learn new things, and even it also helps with psychomotor skills, because the brain tissue contains a lot of unsaturated fatty acids. They are especially vulnerable to free radicals. So if you take royal jelly will attack those free radicals, and it's an antioxidant, you know, and then that antioxidant in royal jelly can now play an important role in preventing and curing neurodegeneration, you know, that can happen. And that's what also happens to people with eczema diseases. So royal jelly is very, very good. It contains one chemical called acetylcholine. You know, it's a neurotransmitter, and it is also found in our nervous system and our central nervous system, and it acts as a neuromodulator, you know, enhancing memory, mental acuity, and also overall cognitive function. So royal jelly is also very good. Another one that helps is also nature mint, which gives you all the minerals that you need. You know, remember I talked about magnesium when I was teaching. So this one has a lot of magnesium that can actually help you and keep you steady. And then the last one is bits and peaches. Bits and peaches is very, very good, especially for children. If you have a hyperactive child, this is what to give that child. If you give any child this bits and peaches frequently, it will, you know, it's a powerful brain booster. It increases the memory of children, it improves their overall mood, and it also boosts neural clarity by providing the children with appropriate nutrients to enhance concentration and health. Also for adults, you know, the brain is a powerful muscle whose capabilities are limitless. You can't, you know. So this forever bits and peaches, very, very good for children, for the elderly, or for anybody that is having any kind of depressive mood. It's very, very good for the person. It's very, very good. All right, Kiri is saying, how do one deal with hot flash and sweating? All right, if you're having hot flash, let me have vitalizing and multimarker from my table. If you're, I can take our questions now. We can ask questions as I continue. So someone is asking, how can we deal with hot flushes and sweating? If you're having hot flushes, I used to have hot flushes a lot, and night sweat. Many nights in those days, I will just wake up, I can't sleep till the next morning. And I used 3 things to handle it. I used, to make sure I sleep very well, I took my blossom tea. I took my blossom tea every night. I don't take it every night again because, you know, I've changed. Things are better for me now. You know, there was a time that I took it every night, but now I just take it when I'm overworked and I want to sleep very well. Then another thing I took was multi-marker. I still take my multi-marker today because it does a lot. And Vitalize Women. So Nkiru, these two will take hot flushes away from you. It will take night sweating away from you. It will help you to make sure you sleep very well. All right, so that's what can help you. I can take our questions, like I said. I'm willing to take our questions. So that's our nutritional supplements is our number 7. Number 6 is try something new. Number 5 is exercise regularly. Number 4 is making sure that you eat well. That's number 2. Number 4 is eating regular. Okay, let me just take it. My phone is ringing, so it's distracting me. Let me put it off. All right, so our number 1 is keeping a diary. And then number 2, you need to eat well. Number 3, you need to exercise very, very well. And number 4, you need to try something new. Number 5, you need to think. You need to take your nutritional supplements. And number 6, you need to think positively. Changing your outlook could help you to improve your mood. Try to be optimistic, and you train yourself to be optimistic. Thank you, Bola. Bola said I should keep the good work. The Lord is my strength. Thank you very much, Bola Sefiat. You know, so women going through the menopause frequently experience shame or embarrassment because of the transformation in their body, the transformation in their attitudes. You know, they can't. In fact, one woman told me, I don't even understand myself again. I don't know how I'm thinking. I don't even have control of myself. And you know, all these things are chemical changes that are going on in the body. Because some research found out that cognitive behavior therapy, which teaches skills to combat negative thinking, can also help menopausal women, you know, a lot. So, like I said on Thursday, watch Thursday video. Is very, very good. Talk to yourself. Think positively. Take the scriptures. If you're a Christian, read all those promises in the scripture and quote them for yourself. For example, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. For example, the thoughts that the Lord has for me is of good to give me an expected end. For example, that the power to get wealth is of the Lord. You know, all those promises of God that are very real in the scripture, try to quote them so that you can come out of this mood. Think positive. And I always tell people how you will know whether you're thinking positive is the way you look at things. The way you look at life. You know, some people can look at this bottle. That's why I drank the water. Not that I was thirsty. I just took a bit of it to show you an example. Maybe I should take a little more. Okay, now, we're talking about thinking positively. Some people will look at this bottle and say, the water is not full. It's not full. Can you see? It is getting empty. Somebody can look at this. Another person can pick this one and say, hey, this bottle is almost full. The water in this bottle is almost getting full. And that's how some people can look at it. When it's halfway, they will say it is almost finishing. And some people will say it's almost getting full. You know, so the way you look at things can actually determine your state of mind. And I'm saying think positive. And you need to, it doesn't just come on you. It's something you learn. It's something you do with time. It's something you have to keep talking to yourself about. You need to keep speaking to yourself to think positive. Think positive. Think positive. By the time you write all those scriptures that are positive and you put it where you'll be seeing them and you keep reading them to yourself, your subconscious will be hearing it and you'll find out that you're changing. Okay, Ado is asking, is one-sided headache sign of depression? It could be a kind of migraine, especially if it's persistent and it comes from time to time. But the best thing is to handle it. Sleep well. Make sure you sleep well. Get your aloe blossom tea and make sure you sleep well and you sleep deeply. And also get your royal jelly, which can also help. You know, it helps with such kind of headache, so that you'll be able to find out if it persists. Then you will now know whether it has to do with depression. But even if you take this to it will go a long way to help you. And then if you're anxious about anything, take it to God in prayer and leave it for Him. That's another thing that can help you. Okay, Ricky is asking how she can get the supplement. Just DM me or WhatsApp me on my number 0703 515 1642, and I'll be discussing the logistics with you. All right, Nkiru is also asking the same question. I'm going to be chatting you people after this session, but you can also take my number and kindly just chat me fast, please. My number, okay, I pinned another thing. Let me pin my number now. I've dropped my number, so I'm pinning my number now, so you can chat me on that number and I'll be able to tell you how you can get it and how much you can get it for. Oh, and well, I always say when somebody asks a question for supplements, I'll be able to know what to do. So for today, the supplements are going for 15% discount. Any of the supplements you want today, you will get it at 15% discount. And you'll need to say thank you to Rita for asking, because it's Rita and Kiruka that got us this discount. If nobody asks, I'm not going to say it, and I'll still sell my products at the 100% price. So it's going for 15% discount. Any of the products you want today, you will get a 15% discount. All right, so that's it. How to deal with depression. That's what we have been talking today now, Bola. We have been talking about it. Maybe if you just joined us, try to watch the replay. I can't go over it. It's almost time. I've talked a lot to differentiate between depression and menopausal mood swings, menopausal anxiety, menopausal fear, menopausal irritability. And I said that depression is not these ones I have mentioned. You need to be sure what is happening to you to be able to know. If you're actually going through clinical depression, if you're actually depressed, and I say for you to be sure that you're depressed, you need to look at the A9 criteria. Maybe I run through it again because of you, Bola. I just run through it again because of you. You need to look at the criteria, the A1 to A9 criteria, to be sure, to know if that is what is happening to you. So I say A1 is you're in a depressed mood, and that depressed mood hinders everything you do. Number 2, you have loss of interest or pleasure in almost everything. You don't have pleasure in anything. And then you gain or lose weight unintentionally. Not that you're in a weight loss period or you're sick. You just find that you're losing weight or you're adding weight. Then number 4, you have sleep disturbance. That you have that sleep disturbance or insomnia or hypersomnia for 2 weeks. Remember, any of these things I'm saying, consistently you will have it for 2 weeks. And then you have psychomotor changes that is severe enough for you to observe it. That's when I talk about psychomotor changes, like you will carry things, they will fall. You want to hold knife to do something, you won't be able to hold knife to do it. If you're like someone who plays guitar, you won't be able to hold your guitar to play it. You know, so that's A5. Then A6 is you're always tired, you're always fatigued, you don't have energy, and this consistent for 2 weeks. And you have a sense of worthlessness, you know, you just feel inappropriate to do anything, and you're delusioned, you know. And then now A8 is impaired ability to think, impaired ability to concentrate, impaired ability to make, you know, decisions. And then A9 is recurrent thought of death, suicidal thought. So yes, but I can see that you joined the conversation late. That's why I went through it for you. You can get the product anywhere in Nigeria. Hajara, I have customers in Kanu. I even have in Kebbi. I'm surprised that Hazana is not online here with us today. Hazana is she's in Jega, and my products reach her in Jega. So my products can get to you within 24 hours to 5 days, depending on where you're staying and what you're ordering. Okay, so it can get to you. It can get to you in Kanu same day. If I know what it is, like if it's tomorrow, I might be able to have it in Kanu to give you. If I don't have it in Kanu, then I send it from Abuja or Lagos, and it gets to you within 2 to 5 days. So let's just Hajara, just chat me on 0703 515 1642. So let's take the last of it all. It's support, 6 support groups. 6 support. Now I had wanted to start up a menopausal WhatsApp, but I've not had energy, you know, to run that WhatsApp group. But my number is on the screen. Just chat me. I am here to help you. I am actually here to help you, and I will help you with anything you can do. Nkiruka is saying, how do I get them today? All right, Nkiru, I'm going to be chatting you once I drop this. If I know where you are, I'll know if you can get it today or tomorrow morning, depending on which state you are in. That will determine whether you get it today or tomorrow morning. What's the time? It's just about 2 o'clock. Wherever you are will determine. Latest will be 2 to 5 working days. So seek support. Your friends, your family members, they can actually provide valuable social support for you. Remember the sad story I told us. Please talk to your family members. The worst they can do for you is to yab you. The worst they can do to you is, you know, feel you're nothing, but at least you are alive. That woman that is dead now, her own is gone. She has people who can give her. I heard she borrowed maybe like 5 million. But that woman, even one person can give her that 5 million in her family, knowing her family people. Yet she committed suicide because she was owing 5 million. And it's because she didn't talk out. Let's tell our family members. I always tell people, if you're dying, how do you have up to 10 relations that can come and support you so that you will be alive? Even 5, even 2. As long as you have somebody, one person said that can support you, let that person start. That person will now have other people who can help. They will get the third one who might not, you know, the chain will continue. So never you keep things to yourself. Help to connect and connect to me. I'm here to help you also. Well, depression is a serious medical condition with an increased risk of self-harm, and in principle should not be managed by self-treatment or these herbal remedies I've talked about. The conditions need the help of a qualified medical practitioner. If you are actually suffering from depression, please meet your doctor. But if it is menopausal mood swing, menopausal anxiety, menopausal irritability, menopausal fear, you know, menopausal stress, all those things that we go through and we call it depression, then listen to this video and let it help you very well. God will bless you. I still love you. Love you, love you. Okay, Bola, you chat me later. All right, no problem. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Bola. Thank you for joining me, Hajara. Thank you, Nkiruka. Thank you very much for the question, Rita. Thank you, Integrity. Thank you, Bola to me. Thank you, Anne. And Oladipo. Thank you, Jenokopo. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, Ebele. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Mary Chinelo. Thank you, Adefusika Osheyemi. Thank you, Nkem Chiso. Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you, Olukemi. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Angie. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I love you all. Remain positive and make sure you take your supplements and be on top. Thanks and bye for now. Bye. Love you all.